Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. Today we are going through our whiskey of the month. And we have, as you can see, 4 glasses, which means we have 4 candidates on the list vying for that coveted title. Rebecca, do you want to go over the 4 bourbons that we will be tasting today?
Let's share exactly what they are. Just a really brief introduction. In alphabetical order, we have Booker's 2025-02 By the Pond. Of course, that is by Jim Beam. It is 7 years old, 1 month and 20 days. Its proof is 126.5. Pretty interesting. It came out in June of 2025. Our second candidate is Maker's Mark Keeper's Release. This is by Maker's Mark, of course. Its proof is 109.2. It's non-age stated, but the press release indicated 6 years old, and it was released in March of 2025. Our third candidate is Penelope Cigar Sessions Chapter 1. This is by Penelope, which is part of Ross and Squibb, otherwise known as MGP. Its age is 6 years. Its proof is 101. It was released in June of 2025. Now, this is a blend of straight bourbon, American single malt, and American light whiskey. So this one is the one that is not a bourbon. Finally, candidate 4 is W.H. McBrayer 2025 release of the Judge Batch 5. It is by McBrayer Legacy Spirits. It is non-age stated, but 15 barrels were used in the blend. 8 or 6.5 years old and 7 or 5.5 years old. The proof is 106.8, and it was released in May of 2025. We have some real bangers today.
We definitely do, and there's also an added bang that if the judge does not win, Bill may never speak to me again. But once again, I have no idea what it is. And we actually, to me, 3 of these are heavy candidates. One of them I think is really, really good. But let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, we're gonna go through and taste these blind. We will not know what we're tasting, but you will. And so enjoy us trying to figure out what we're smelling and tasting. So this is just our preliminary taste for Candidate A. I get some sweetness right away.
Yeah, sweetness, I get caramel.
It's pretty good. Let's go ahead and taste Candidate A. To A.
Cheers.
Oh, it's got some lovely legs forming as it's sitting there. Oh, that's got some proof, I think.
It's got some proof and it's got butterscotch.
It's got a lot happening. It's got a nice sweet profile, but it's also got some savory notes.
I'm really digging it.
I am too.
I'm really digging that one. And looking back at it, the legs are really good.
The legs are great. And again, we give very preliminary scores just to say, do we think it's in the mid 80s to mid 90s kind of a thing. They wouldn't make it to our whiskey of the month if they weren't in that category. So let's get on to B. This nose is a little richer than the first one. Not as sweet. But I'm liking some of the notes I'm getting.
Sure. There's like a light honey, almost a honeysuckle.
Interesting. A little bit of brown sugar for me.
A little bit of whiskey for me.
Well, let's taste Candidate B.
B. B.
Oh. This one tastes bigger, bolder than the first one. It's not as hot though. It's got some savory notes that I'm really loving.
I'm getting some barrel. Brown sugar.
Yeah, and some almost more like nutmeg versus cinnamon.
Okay. Really good legs.
Oh, yeah, it has good legs too, yeah. They probably all did to get into this whiskey of the month. Because July was pretty good tasting for us.
Yep. So now we go to candidate
C.
C. Let us see.
It smells very different than the first two.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it has a lot going on. That's confusing my nose, to be honest.
I think there's a stone fruit in here. I'm not picking up like baking spices myself. You get your nose too down in there, you get akiha.
Yeah. Well, let's taste candidate C.
See. Let us see. And there's a lot of legs on that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely cinnamon.
Almost more of a honey vanilla kind of a sweetness versus a caramel on that one.
I'm just going to leave it right now. I forgot to score
So far, they're all pretty darn good. I don't dislike anything, but again, we liked them when we tasted them, or we wouldn't be having them today. All right, let's get our first taste happening for D.
Okay.
Wow, that's different too.
This is lighter. Honey.
And almost a milk chocolate note. It's kind of strange. I don't usually get any chocolate on the nose. That was really weird that came forward.
I think it's honey.
Mm-hmm.
Taste.
To candidate D.
Letter day. Day.
Oh. First of all, it's very leggy. It has a great mouthfeel. And I'm trying really hard not to guess what they are and just go with the moment of the nose and the taste. But it's hard sometimes because you start going down this pathway in your head. Those legs are phenomenal on that. It's light, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it starts out sweet and then it goes kind of savory. So it kind of shifts a bit.
Okay. I'm not getting a whole lot on it. I like it, but I'm not getting a lot on it.
So that was our first really fast taste. We're going to do some others. Do you have a clear winner if you had to pick one right now?
B.
B is edging by 1 point for A and C for me.
Yes.
Okay, so we're pretty close there. So what we're going to do now, so we know that this one's kind of doing well for both of us, but I kind of had D in lower level.
Yeah.
Okay.
D is the only one.
It's kind of trailing right now, but that could shift because now we're gonna fast forward the camera for you while we really evaluate each nose, and we're gonna share what we think is the best nose overall. So we will return in a moment.
And it won't be my nose.
Okay, we're back, and let's see what we thought. My favorite nose was A. What was your favorite nose?
My favorite was B.
Okay, and who was your second?
A.
Okay, so we're really close there. I had C as my second favorite. It kind of went back and forth between B and C for me. So my order is for nose is A, C, B, and D. And how does yours go?
Mine is B, A, C, D.
So D is still coming up a little short,
Mm-hmm.
but now we're going to, again, speed this up for you all, and we're going to taste and really dig into the tasting notes this time so that we can rank them from 1 to 4. And we are requiring ourselves to do it 1 to 4. We cannot have a tie. So that's really important. So we'll be back in just a couple shakes. We are back from doing our tasting notes, and a couple of these are really tight.
Mm-hmm.
Really tight. You want to share your order for your taste?
It's pretty much the same as the nose was.
We'll go ahead and point to them and say what they were.
B, A, C, and D.
And, well, that's funny because mine is we didn't talk about this. Mine is B, A, C, and D. So we match on the taste. We shifted a little bit. We weren't identical on the nose, but for the taste profile, we are agreeing with the 1 through 4. So what we hope is our final round. Now it gives us a second chance, or really a third, to really dive into the taste, but we're really gonna look at the finish and evaluate who's got the most pleasant finish, the finish that really stands out, that makes us just want to sip it more slowly so we can enjoy that finish all through the night, so to speak. So we'll be back in a moment after we've ranked for the best finish. We're back, and now we know what we think about the finish. So I'll go first this time.
Go ahead.
So it's kind of a repeat here since the nose, but I had B with the best finish. I'm just gonna say I just got some hints of tobacco and some dark chocolate. That was kind of turning me on a little bit. I loved A came in second. I loved its long, sweet notes. It was very inviting on the finish. Very close for me. The third finish was C, and it had some oaky notes and some caramel on the finish, so I don't often get sweet notes on the finish, so that was really good. I had D in fourth place because it was a little oaky, but it was only medium. It didn't last quite as long as the others. So
okay, so for myself, I actually gave the finish to A in this case, and it really was a coin toss between A and B. There was a little bit of a sweetness, and I decided to go ahead and go that direction with it. B, of course, finished second because I was picking between the two. The letter C was my third place choice. Pretty decent finish. D, I'm not particularly crazy about of the 4.
Okay, so what we're going to do is take a moment, and because I have some tie scores from my first round, because in the first round we're allowed to give tie scores, but now we need to go through, and with that information we now have on the nose, taste, and finish, we're going to adjust what we would give it as a final score and see if we have a winner or not. So we'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back and we've done our scores. So I haven't looked at his scores. We had a little conversation to make sure we didn't have any ties because we have to make a decision. There must be a differential. So let's just go in order A, B, C, D.
Okay.
Okay. And I gave A 93.
Okay.
And what did you give A?
I gave it a 91.
A 91. So we are at a 184 or a 92. So for B, I gave B a 94.
I gave B a 93.
That's a 187. So that's what, a 93.5? Okay, for C, I gave it 91.
I gave it 90.
So 181, which is 90.5. And what I gave D an 89.
Same.
So we know that is an 89. So that is very tight, but I think we know what the winner is. We have a clear winner, right? So we are going to reveal them in reverse order. And I'm kind of excited because I have a couple clues, but I really don't know for sure.
Well, I have a feeling that if this doesn't go the way it should, that my cousins will never speak to me again.
Which is why we do this blind, because we always have that to fall back on, that it was a blind tasting. We can't help it.
Yes, exactly. And there's some good ones in this. So anyway.
They were all good. And if you've tried these, you know they are all good. And it kind of depends on what you're feeling today. And we're also looking at, you know, what's really different, what's really standing up as, wow, that is a great whiskey. You know, that is a really great whiskey. So let's start with our fourth place one, which was D.
D.
So this is going to start the ball rolling here. Let's see. I'm kind of scared. 3.
Yep.
I'm not too surprised. You might be. The Penelope cigar batch came in 4th. I love it, but I do think it's made to go with a cigar. And I felt like it just didn't quite hit on the notes that the other ones were. And it could be that it's because it's not a pure bourbon and the other ones were all pure bourbons.
Well, I think it's really good. I think it's really solid. I agree with you that I believe it was designed for a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you can drink it straight and just and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I believe the other three that are in here right now, whoever finishes in what order, are just stronger candidates.
Yeah, they probably fit our taste profile a little bit stronger because they are pure bourbons. So,
yes.
All right, let's find out who there for 90.5 was C. C was number 1. I'm a little surprised. I'll be honest. I kept thinking. I'll be honest. I kept thinking that was A, and it was C.
Interesting.
And it was a part of it was kept thinking A was proofier. So I love this By the Pond batch. I can't believe it won't make it into our playoffs because it's really solid, a really solid pour.
I think it's good. I think it's really good, but it really fooled me today. I would have not guessed that was Booker's.
No, because Booker's is the highest proof thing we had, and I thought A drank the hottest.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I kept thinking A was probably Booker's, because it seemed it's so much, Booker's is so much hotter. So that's really interesting. I can't wait to find out who A is. A, which had 92 points.
And at this point right now, I feel good because both of these are kind of going to be in it.
2.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised. I kept thinking this drank hot. So I wouldn't normally say that about a Maker's Mark. This is the Maker's Mark Keeper's release.
This is a good one.
It's really good. We gave it 92 points, which is very high. And that is a great score. And the fact that, it really focused on, if you've read anything about the Keeper's release, it was paid homage to those that work in the warehouses. So that's probably why I was getting so many of those oak notes on that. And, really some of the age pieces, because they focused on things that were very warehouse forward. So if you've been following along, you already know who B is, and we're going to validate that by looking at the bottom of the bottle. And I guess Wayne gets to stay a McBrayer, because hot dog, we've never picked them first. So we're very excited. And we really did not know. So the Judge Batch 5 came in first place with 93.5 points. So that's a lot of points.
And it doesn't surprise me. I had a feeling tasting it, what it was. We were there when they did the barrel dump. We have a bottle up there of the original version, and we've tasted it before. And there's an age factor with this one here. And I will tell you right now, the fact that it beat out Makers and it beat out Booker's, and these are two that I really like.
Really like. You see how much we've hit this bottle? So.
I mean, I think right now, depending on how the year goes, this Judge 5, in spite of the fact that my last name is McBrayer, I will say this. I think this could end up winning the whole ball of wax. It's a beast.
Well, it could, because it's a beast. It's not for everyone, because it is it's only 106.8 proof. And I'm not saying only because, we often like something proofier, but it drinks older than it is.
Yes.
So it's a blend. So the youngest items in there are 5.5 years old, but it drinks more like a 10 to 15 year old. And that's the best way to describe it to me.
Well, it's funny because I think it drinks more like Booker's than Booker's did today.
For me, the nose, the Makers won the nose easily.
Yeah.
Because it's just a Maker's nose. It's just amazing. But I think, although the Judge won the taste and the finish for me, it was the finish that made me give it more points. Because I knew we didn't have anything super old in this group, but it was drinking like a much older bourbon with notes of tobacco and notes of dark chocolate. And for me, when I get those notes, I feel like I've got a huge value going on because I'm drinking something that's drinking a lot older than what it is.
Well, for myself, when it came to the finish, I had actually picked Makers, and it was a real toss-up between Makers and the Judge. There was a finish with Makers that I really enjoyed. It was a tad bit sweeter, and the McBrayer is more of an aged bourbon. And for myself, for today, I really did prefer that finish on the Makers.
Well, I like the nose on the Makers a lot. I mean, the Makers is solid.
It's really good, and it's going to advance on, and it's going to hang around.
So if you watched 2 weeks ago, we shared our first 6 months and what's been going on. You can always, I'll put a link to that if you want to catch up on what happened the first 6 months. But our process for Whiskey of the Year, so the judge will automatically go into our competition for Whiskey of the Quarter. It's the only one eligible for that. And the importance of Whiskey of the Quarter is, depending on how you do in Whiskey of the Quarter, you will be seeded in our Sweet 16 as either a first, second, or third seed. So the judge is guaranteed to be one of those seeds because it's going into Whiskey of the Quarter. Now, Maker's Mark is not out of the running because later in the year, we're going to have a playoff of all of our second place Whiskey of the Month, because all of our second places have been phenomenal. And we want to give them a chance. So they will have a playoff to be the 4th seed. So 4 of the 12 will move into the Sweet 16. So I'm excited about that. And the only thing that makes me happy about Booker's not doing better is that means we get a lot more to drink. We don't have to save it for the playoffs. Well,
to me, probably the biggest shock is the Booker's finishing 3rd. Usually, I mean, we are, as you can tell behind us, we are big Booker's fans. We don't dislike Maker's Mark. We actually like it.
Oh yeah.
The Maker's Mark is outstanding. This is a very, very good bottle. And it really took the Judge 5, to knock it out. And I maintain, I think the Judge is going to be one of those ones, depending on what comes up in the second half.
Yeah.
It could
run the table. Who knows?
It could run the table.
Yeah. So and I'm really happy that recently we were somewhere where we were able to pick up another backup bottle of the Judge, since it's going to be in the competition. It's going to be in the quarterly, and then we know it's going to be in the Whiskey of the Year. So I'm glad we now have 2 backup bottles of it. I'm excited. So let's pick up our winner, B. Who knew?
Well, I get to state this to my cousins. We've had several McBrayers that have come up and they've always been second. Today, the Judge knocked out the heavyweights. And Bill, you do outstanding bourbon. You make outstanding bourbon. I am proud to be a cousin of yours. And I am proud today to be able to say the Judge advances on. If you like what we do, please hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly. You have a great day, and cheers.
Cheers.